Hello everyone, myself Akansha, and in this video we will be discussing about INS Vikrant. Now let us discuss why is this in news recently. India commissioned its first indigenously designed and built aircraft carrier INS Vikrant on 2nd September 2022. It has strengthened India's naval power and is seen as a huge win for Atmanirbhar Bharat. This slide tells about significance of INS Vikrant. First point explains INS Vikrant is the first aircraft carrier completely designed and manufactured domestically in India, which is a significant accomplishment for India's pursuit of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Second point explains India joined the exclusive group of countries that have the capability to design and build carriers with a displacement of over 40,000 tons, which includes US, UK, Russia, France and China. Now the third point explains capable of projecting its presence on far-off seas, which means INS Vikrant will play a significant role in the Indian Navy attempt to develop into a blue water force, which is capable of projecting its presence on far-off seas. India now has two operational aircraft carriers with the commissioning of INS Vikrant, which helps in strengthening the country's maritime security. Last point says, a warship has three components in its development: float, move and fight. Indian Navy has been able to achieve about 90% indigenization in the float category, followed by about 60% in move category. In this slide, we will be knowing what are the steps taken towards indigenization of defense sector. Now the first point explains development cum production partner initiative, which ensures involvement of industries from the beginning of development cycle and leads to reduction in the time frame of development to induction cycle. The second point explains Defence India Startup Challenge aimed at supporting startups, MSMEs and innovators to create prototypes and commercialize products solution in the area of national defense and security. The third point explains region portal, which will give information on items that can be taken up for indigenization by the private sector. The fourth point says increase in foreign direct investment limit from 49% to 74%. The fifth point says innovation for defense excellence, which focuses on self-reliance and indigenization in defense and aerospace. The last point says positive indigenization list to streamline the procurement of military hardware from the armed forces in a systematic and time-bound manner. Now let us discuss what are the challenges. The first point is dependence on import for subsystems and components. The second point says growing Chinese influence in the Indian Ocean. The fourth point says the Navy suffers from cost and time overruns throughout most production projects. For example, INS Vikramaditya was inducted into service more than 10 years after it was purchased. Now let us look what are the way forward. India needs to start development of core military technologies indigenously. It will significantly enhance our naval capabilities. The second point says the large private industries and MSME needs to partner to achieve the goal of self-reliance of the Indian Navy. The third point says to remain combat ready until indigenous equipment is available, we must continue the acquisition program to meet our current operational needs. This point says India should also pay attention in increasing the exports of Indian defense equipments to other countries. Our shipyards must continually strive to improve in order to meet world standards for quality, productivity and construction times. To conclude, INS Vikrant provides a massive boost to our naval power and helps us in effectively countering the string of pearl strategy of China to surround India in Indian Ocean. INS Vikrant is a step towards achieving blue water navy status where we would be enough capable to protect our interests in international waters. There are still many challenges that we need to overcome to become strong as well as self-reliant, But with the motto, I defeat those who fight against me, INS Vikrant makes every Indian proud and confident that India will become a superpower. Thank you for watching. Comment below what are your opinion on this topic and don't forget to subscribe this channel for more hot topics like this.